Hey family, how are you today? Hopefully all is well with you and you are doing great. Uh, Turn that down a little bit. Um, Excuse the hair, fam. You know we're going through the COVID, but I just wanted to come on here today, and I just wanted to discuss taking people at face value. Um, so I'm sure we've all heard the line: when people show you who they are, believe it, and just act accordingly. What I mean by that, and this is definitely no laughing matter, is that sometimes we project our characteristics or who we are onto other people. Um, we believe that people are going to reciprocate our actions towards them. Um, and that's simply not true all the time. As a matter of fact, most of the time, it's not going to be true. My grandmother used to tell me something all the time when I was younger. She used to say, make sure that when you're doing things for people, or that you're doing it from your heart, because, or that you're doing it genuinely, because you don't get where you give your blessings. And it used to piss me off really, because I didn't understand why, if you needed to borrow $20 and I gave you the $20, um, that when I needed $10, $20, um, that you wouldn't reciprocate. Uh, or if you needed to borrow some money or needed me to take you somewhere or do something for you, um, that you didn't feel a need to repay it or at least pay it forward. Um, like, you shouldn't have to chase people down to get your money back. Like, or you shouldn't have to chase people down to get the truth. If they volunteer to do something, or you ask them to do something and they tell you one thing, but their actions reflect something else, face value. You need to take them for face value. And then at that point, that is when you decide whether or not you want to continue with the person of that caliber with that type of behavior. But I honestly do believe that you should have a adult conversation, meaning that there shouldn't be any cussing and yelling or anything of that nature. You need to get in your own head space and figure out what it is that you expected, or that you believe that they did, or how they slighted or wronged you. You need to be able to articulate, which means put into words, and to tell them, like, hey, I didn't care for when you did such and such and so, or it hurt me when, you know, um, the way you handled it disappointed me. I expected more from you. Those type of things. But there are also people that you won't be able to have that conversation with because they're simply not there yet. And then, if, like I said, if that's the case, then it's time for you to make some decisions. You may have to do some pruning of friends and family, associates, so forth and the like. Um, but it's sad to say that um, people aren't honest with other people. They will tell you whatever it is that they think that you want to hear. And when you call them to the carpet, or that you call them on uh, their words don't produce fruit. There's no action behind it. You can tell a person that you love them, and people use that like toilet paper these days, but you can tell a person that you love them. But if you don't show any love, then it's just words. Um, you can show a person. I mean, you can tell a person, "I will be there for you," and then they don't show up. So um, first of all, be the person that you want um, in your camp. So if you're the type of person who is not a woman or man of your word, then you surely shouldn't be expecting anyone else to be a woman or a man of their word either. Um, you know, put your money where your mouth is. Step up. If you said you were going to drive your granny to the grocery store at 3 o'clock, you need to be there at 2:50, 2:45. Waiting for Granny to get her coat and hat if it's cold, or her shoes and purse, and take her to the grocery store timely. She shouldn't have to wait on you. You shouldn't be a no call, no show. You shouldn't come at 3:45, 5 o'clock. Granny been sitting there waiting on you all this time, and then you get an attitude because she called you on the carpet on you being late. That should never happen. And it shouldn't just be your grandmother. I mean, this is the type of behavior I'm discussing, like with anyone. It's just a respect and courtesy thing. You know, if you want respect and courtesy for people, then you have to issue out respect and courtesy. And if you don't care about respect and courtesy, then you shouldn't expect it from other people. But we definitely need to start pruning. Some people just aren't going to ever get it. Like they're not going to get it because they don't want to get it, or they just not mature enough. They're not in that space yet to understand that actions speak way louder than words. Um, during this time of the COVID-19, I think people are needing or desiring people to really be their true selves and to act in the manner in which they speak. Um, if you say you're going to call and check on somebody, do it. Set a time and a date and stick to it. If you're busy still, you're an essential worker, and your time is still thin because you're still doing the hustle and bustle, that you've been blessed and you haven't caught COVID-19, or you're not suffering from any other ailments, then, hey, uh, you should be calling them when you schedule the time, or um, writing them a letter, or videoing them, or whatever it is that you said that you were going to do. Um, you know, we can't hang out. You know what I'm saying, during this time, unless you're going to do it virtually. Even though some people are choosing to do it, and some states are opening up like the pandemic is over, but that's neither here nor there. Hopefully, you won't be taking your chances out there in the streets if you don't have to. And if you do have to go out, hopefully that you will be implementing whatever it is that the government is mandating you to do. I know in Michigan we have to wear masks and gloves when we're out, and there's a certain type of material they're requesting for you to wear, and or just staying at home. I know for me, I started off with quarantine and ended up on some, on medical or whatever. So that's my personal journey. However, that may not be your story or your journey. Also, working from home, you might want to set aside a time to spend some time with yourself. So, when you promise yourself something, make sure that you're a woman or man of your word and stick to it as well. So if you promised yourself that you was going to set aside some time for you to read a book or read some books, watch videos, play a video game, create some crafts or art, do art, cook a meal, video chat, uh, homework, whatever it is, learn a new language. Just make sure you love anyone else. You have to love on yourself first. And so um, just make sure that you're taking care of yourself, that you are keeping your promises, because that's essentially what it is. You're acting out of respect and courtesy. Um, I can't really say treating people like you would want to be treated, because if you haven't connected with the fact that you need to love yourself or take care of yourself, um, you might not be in a space to be able to do that for other people. But it's, being a work in progress and being willing to do the work is what really matters when it comes to that. Um, you have to just be honest with yourself. You could have been around these people all your life. You could have just met these people today. But you have to be honest with yourself on what type of relationship, friendship, what type of bond you want to have with your family members, or just the family in general. You have to decide those things. And then when people don't square up, then you have to make a decision that's beneficial to you. And trust me, some people are not going to like it. Some people are not going to respect it or honor it. You may get some negative feedback, but at the end of the day, you have to take care of you. Uh, and then, moving forward, be the example that you want to see in the world. So, again, um, when people show you who they are, believe it. Please do take them for face value. And if that's not their character and they've been the one to show up in the past, something's definitely going on with them. So if you have love or concern or for them, then check in on them. Inquire what's going on. What do they need? And then, like I said, when you do something for someone, including yourself, make sure that it's genuine and that it's something that you really want to do, and you're doing it from the love in your heart and not looking for anything in return, because you're probably not going to get it. Anyway, fam, I come on here to uh, try to uplift and bring some positivity. Um, the whole purpose of these videos is for us to evolve and to grow, and to learn, to uh, shed some light or illuminate um, whatever your imagined future possibility is for yourself. Um, you know, I promote positivity. Um, I want us all to be well mentally, physically, um, spiritually. I want us all to be in a great space. But it takes work, and you got to be willing to do the little leg work. Uh, I think it's Steve Harvey that says, "Inch by inch is a cinch." I like that phrase from him. It works. Um, but we just have to, we have to put our best foot forward, and try to create a space. Excuse me, not feeling well today. A space where we can have a time for reflection. We can understand what it is that we really want from ourselves and others. And then if we're not getting that, um, it's time to prune once again. We have to make those hard decisions and then move forward and stick to it. Have some stick to itiveness. and stick to your decision. Don't let anybody deter you or guilt you into being abused or treated in a manner that you don't feel is fitting for you. Um, so again, I don't want to stay on here long. I just wanted to come. I wanted to talk to you guys. I truly believe that we are all family, and it is our duty to take care of each other. But you have to start by being a little selfish and implementing some self love and taking care of yourself. Have a great day. Don't forget to contact someone, check in on someone, FaceTime someone. Have a great day. If you're in Michigan, enjoy the liquid sunshine. Bye.